Welcome to Gaming on a Budget. Today we bring you Smash Monster Rampage from designer Mike Swindell and now defunct 5th Street Games. When I say now defunct, they actually declared bankruptcy before the Kickstarter backers had even actually received their copies. QPC Games was nice enough to, since they'd already made the game, give the backers a chance to, pay shipping so they could get them out and still get their games, which is awesome on their behalf. And I don't know any of the actual factual details of, what happened with 5th Street or any of that. You didn't come here to watch a bunch of rumors, you came here to see a game. I mention all this simply because the availability of this game, depending on when you're watching this video, is questionable at best. It may or may not exist for all intents and purposes. But at any rate, we'll talk more about that in the summary when, budget matters come up and the like. For the time being, what we are doing here is trying to defend our happy little 3D city from the less happy 3D monster here. Now, I should clarify that that monster is out of the Mega Monster box here, which, again, I don't want to get too much into summary stuff, but suffice it to say, do not get this without this. You will have a single monster, which just, no.
Limits replayability.
Yeah, fighting this. Anyway, this is not the summary, this is the intro. We are going to be doing that by deploying our happy little tanks and helicopters over here, if you can see these at all. Little tanks here, and little helicopters here. Mainly their distinction is movement. Tanks move 4 spaces, but have to use a movement point to turn.
And only move forward. That's why they have to turn.
Well, exactly. And helicopters can move only 3 spaces, but in any direction, and facing isn't really relevant for them.
And through the buildings.
Yeah, right. Well, obviously, not through so much as
over.
Up, kind of deal. Not over the monster, though.
Right.
That causes death. Anyway, we will then, after getting our little tanks and helicopters and such into position, be firing all guns with the 6-sided die here. As a determinant of range, if you make your range, like let's say 1, 2, 3 spaces, this 5 is more than enough, so it's a hit. When you hit them, you will reveal a monster card, which is usually going to be something bad, but occasionally is something not so bad. And at that point, you've taken a hit point away from him, essentially, because the deck of cards is what we have to get through to defeat it. So, let's see, there's also survivors, the little people there, for some reason already on fire. Don't ask me why, but, whatever.
They're feared.
The survivors, little guys we can move over to rescue, which serves a dual purpose of keeping us from losing by moving too far along the dead survivor track.
We have after 5 survivor losses.
And also, when you rescue a survivor, you will get to draw a survivor card, which will be good. Or possibly not applicable to your situation, but generally good. We each also have an individual role card, which have little, I don't want to say minor, because they're not minor, but they're not like game-breaking abilities. It's distinct, but not too much so. And we'll introduce our roles as we start the gameplay. I think that's really about all you need to know to get started. Basically, we can win by killing the monster, or lose by losing too many survivors, or all of the buildings. The building track here, every time we get down to 10, will cause a building to be automatically lost at the end of each turn for every time we've reached 10.
No, yeah. So on the second time you reach 10, you're moving 2
a turn, and then 3. And so one way or another, this game's gonna end.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one can see you doing this.
That's okay.
Anyway, so let's go ahead and get on over to the gameplay and see how things are done.